So let's suggest a different framework for success, right? When it comes to sellers,
right,
that might be part of it, but the ultimate arbiter and metric of success is, can you help your seller identify and accomplish specific or broad life goals, right? No one wakes up, I believe this very strongly, no one wakes up on, say, Saturday morning and says, I don't have anything going on this weekend, let's sell our house. That sounds like fun. Nobody does that. A home sale, what precipitates a home sale is a major life event, whether it's happening currently or it's anticipated, desire, right? And that leads, and part of that process, to either move to that place I've always wanted to move, or have this home that I've always wanted to have, or my family's growing or shrinking, or upsizing, downsizing, left sizing, right sizing, right? Part of that, to realize vision of an ideal future, part of that is I need to sell a home. Right? And job is to help people identify that, articulate that, and then help them accomplish it.
Right.
And it just so happens the specific way in which we do that is that we help them sell this asset right? It's a very large asset. It's a very complicated process, which is why it's a valuable service. And I think part of that is identifying value. And we'll talk about the framework for this. But the point is, it's not just guessing the home and selling it for a specific amount of money. That's not the arbiter for success. Real metric for success is, did I help my client identify, articulate, move toward an ideal future, or more ideal future, or this envisioned future, right? Accomplish a goal.
And that partnership is the critical piece in them coming back to you again and again, trusted real estate advisor.
Yeah.
Not the final purchase price. How did we partner? How did we handle it? How did we help them through a highly emotional and financially critical time?
Right. That's exactly right. Noel and I buy a house, right? And buying is different than selling, but dramatically that it's not, applicable as an analogy. I don't remember what we bought our house for. I don't remember the purchase price. I do remember all the memories that we built here. I do remember how exciting it was the first time we walked through the house and started imagining. Noelle was pregnant at the time and said, this could be Charlie's room, right? This is where we'll have the office, and this is, we're going to build this life together. I do remember the nights early on where Noelle was still living in Portland, and we just had books lined up on the counter. All we had was books and a air mattress, and I was trying to unpack things to get ready. I remember all those things. I don't remember the purchase price, not the price. So there's that mindset. The reason why we start with that is because everything else we're going to talk about today, if you don't have that mindset, if you've still got that kernel of an idea that your job is to sell the home for a certain amount of money, it's going to be difficult to understand why some of the systems that we're going to talk about and conversation frameworks that we're going to talk about will work.
Agreed. And you have to really ask yourself and be aware that you being right is really not the point in this partnership. You need to put it aside.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I love that you said that, because the freedom in understanding this, because I am a recovering know-it-all. I'll tell you what, more evidence you get that you aren't right all the time, and there's tons of it for me personally, you start to, if you're not careful, you'll start to avoid being in situations where you might be wrong, which, by the way, are listing consultations, are the things, lead to revenue in your business. So to understand, reframe that so that you're not in a position where you're right or wrong, but you're helping people, is enormously liberating.
Yeah.
Anyway, say that. So